Hi friends, it's me, Silly Miss Lily, and I'm so excited to play with you today. Today we're going to learn all about the weather.
Breaking news.
Sorry to interrupt your program, Silly Miss Lily. I'm Brian Tall with a weather update that there is indeed a tornado near your area. Wait, I'm getting a call from my meteorologist, Randy Hill. Go ahead, Randy. You see the warm air mixing? We got another tornado warning. It's best to get to safety. Make sure you stay safe, away from the windows. There has been a tornado warning. I'll let you know when the tornado warning has been lifted. Thanks, y'all. Oh, hold on. Panda has something. Panda, you're seeing some warm air mixing with the cold air? That sounds like signs of a tornado. Thank you. Oh no, there's a tornado warning nearby. You know what? It's best to stay safe during a tornado. You know what we need to do? We need to head downstairs and go into a room with no windows. How about the bathroom? Right, let's go into the bathroom where we'll stay safe and let's learn all about tornadoes and how to stay safe during them. Come on! Here's Miss Lily. How do tornadoes form? Oh, what a great question, Cotton Socks. Tornadoes happen when two different air meet each other and start battling it out. Let's pretend this red scarf is warm, wet air that rises, and it meets cold, dry air. And as the wet, warm air rises and meets the cold, dry air, they start battling it out, swirling until they start twirling in a movement, causing that twirl tornado. Kind of like if this warm air and this cold air came up and started taking up space, then they start moving, twirling, causing a whirlwind and a tornado. Let's do a fun little tornado experiment in a bottle so you can kind of see that spinning, twirling movement. Come on. How come the different air, like the warm and cold, start fighting? Oh, great question, Cotton. Different air, warm air and cold air, take different amount of space. Have you ever seen your grown-up, like your mom or dad or even grandma, maybe make pasta? And as you see that water start boiling, you can start seeing steam. That steam is the water evaporating. It means it got so hot, it turns into that wet, hot steam and starts rising. That's what happens to the warm air. And in nature, as the sun heats up the earth and heats up any water, that water starts evaporating and rising too. And warm air is actually bigger than cold air. And here's a fun experiment you can do at home. And you just need a balloon and you can set it on a bottle, an empty bottle. And then here I have 2 bowls of water. This water is hot. So let's add a little bit of red dye to it so we can see that it's a red color. This is going to be our hot water. And in this one, I have ice, so it's really cold water. So these different bowls will help us either heat up the air or cool it down. And let's see what happens with the balloon. You ready? First, let's warm up the air inside this bottle. I'll place it here and let's watch our balloon. You see it filling up a little bit? As the air inside the bottle heats up, it expands. So it's taking up more space, and it's taking up the space in the bottle. And once there's no more space, it starts filling up this balloon, causing it to inflate. The air got bigger from the warmth. And that's what happens to the different air around Earth, is that when it heats up, it gets bigger and bigger and starts rising. When it meets cold air, let's put our bottle and cool off our air. Colder air actually takes less space, so it starts deflating the balloon because the little air molecules get smaller and smaller. So the warm air expands and gets bigger, and the cold air is actually smaller. And when they meet, they start battling it out over the space they take. So when we see it in nature, that red warm air starts rising, and when it meets that cold dry air, they start battling it out over the space, and they start twirling and turning and twirling and turning into a tornado. Let's watch that balloon fill up again and watch that air. Let's heat up the air in our bottle. And as it gets warmer and warmer and warmer, it's filling up our balloon. This is actually similar to how hot air balloons work, is they heat up the air inside it, helping it rise. Yay, great job, little balloon. All right, now let's see if we can deflate it in some cold air. We'll cool off the air inside our bottle, and it goes down. Now let's try back in the warm water. Let's warm up the air inside the bottle. There goes our balloon. Wow, isn't that cool? Let's try it again. And cold air, smaller. Warm air. Starts expanding, 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 and blowing up the balloon on its own. Whew. So warm air gets bigger and rises just like this balloon does.
Then put this bottle in.
Okay, you're just placing it in there and you're holding it. Wait a minute. It looks like the balloon is rising. The balloon is up, but you didn't even blow it. How did it do that?
The heat. Now I'm gonna put it in here.
Okay, I'd love to see it. And the blue's the cold?
In there.
That's all right. Okay, so you're holding in the cold, so the air inside of it is getting cold. Oh! As the air gets colder, it just deflates?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
And now I'm gonna teach Queen Sonia, of course.
Hello, I'm Queen Sonia. Will you tell me about this?
Probably like an oven one.
Super hot, okay.
And this is pretty much freezer.
Okay, okay, so what's gonna happen to the balloon? Okay, you're holding it and it's going up, but I know you're not blowing into it, so how is it inflating?
I think it's the hot air.
Whoa.
And what do you think happens when I put it in there?
Well, let's see, the hot water and cold water are opposite, so I wonder if we'll do the opposite thing.
You right.
Wow!
Okay, this is hot water.
Okay.
So, that's cold water. And, you see this balloon that's deflated?
It's deflated though, right?
I'm gonna put this in. Yeah.
Okay, you're just holding it. I know you're not blowing it, but the balloon went up?
Yeah.
What do you think causes that?
The heat.
Wow.
Like, I put it in the cold water.
And then you're holding it. It's going down. It's deflating. But the air isn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm making that.
Here's another fun experiment you can do to kind of witness and watch that rotation going on. And all you need is a bottle. You can add a little of blue dye in it so you can see the movement a little more. And just a little bit of soap. And you know what? Let's add a little bit of glitter just so we can see that rotation and movement a little bit more. And you can do it with one bottle. If you add a little bit of soap, it'll help create the little bubbles to watch the rotation more, plus thicken the water. Let's try it with one. We'll spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it, spin it. And you see all of them kind of rotating there? And inside is that little tornado form. Let's see if we can spin it a little more. Ooh. Now let's try, we're gonna connect it to this bottle. So you can do it two ways, one with just one jar, but let's try connecting it. And we're gonna flip it and watch that rotation happen. So let's add a second bottle. We're just gonna duct tape it to kind of secure it in place. All right, let's see if we can flip it. Let's spin it. As our cold air and warm air would be spinning, 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 spinning. Spin it, spin it, spin it. There goes the tornado! Let's try and see if we can see it again. And start spinning, spinning, spinning. Yay! That's that rotation, right? It's going so fast. Have you ever If you ever tried spinning, maybe with a friend, where you both grab arms and you start spinning around, spinning around. If one friend was the cold air and the other friend was the warm air, and you both start rotating, it's like, whoa, everything around you starts spinning. That's kind of like the tornado, and starts spinning, but it's so powerful, right? That wind. That's why it's important to get to safety, because it can knock down trees and even walls of houses. Yay! Great tornado making!
Who's that?
I think that's beautiful.
A few more?
I think that's good. If you want a little bit of glitter.
How about the whole jar?
Let's do a little bit of it so we can do it again.
Hey, it's not bent.
Yay!
Hey, it's turning tornado.
Yeah?
Tornado?
Let's see if we can do a little rotate, 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 rotate. And then you see it spinning right there? Yeah, should we try it again?
Yeah.
Okay, and then it's going. You see it filling up?
Yeah. Shake it, shake it.
Ooh. Flip it.
Flip it. What a big tornado.
Look at it go! Whoa! Should we try it again?
Shake it, shake it, shake.
And flip. I'll give it a nice little twirl at the end. Whoa, so what's that forming?
Tornado.
Whoa! Hey Sally, Miss Sally, if the warm air goes up, then what happens to it? What happens to the water? Great question, Cotton Socks. That's right. So when warm air does go up and it rises as that steam, it's actually carrying small little water droplets with it. And you know what? Let's use the sponge as an example. Let's pretend the sponge is a cloud. As the water rises, it collects in the cloud. And when the cloud gets too full, too heavy, it starts dripping water. And that's when we start seeing rain, right? And so then as it evaporates more, as the sun heats up the earth and heats up all the lakes and water and puddles, as steam, they rise up again and collect themselves in a cloud until it gets too heavy. And then it starts dripping and raining again. And that's the water cycle, why we see so many clouds. As they get darker and heavier, they start raining on us. And we get rain, and it evaporates, goes back into the cloud and back again, creating that water cycle. But when we get not only the rain conditions, right? But we get our warm air rising, the cold, dry air up there, they're mixing, the rain is going. That's when they create those perfect conditions for a tornado. And if the wind is cycling and going really fast, that's when a tornado may happen. And it's important to listen and know if there's a tornado warning or a watch or an emergency, and listen to your grown-ups so you know the right things to do to stay safe. Hey, Miss Sully, so how come we need to go to a place like the bathroom to stay safe? Another great question, Cotton Socks. Here, I'll show you. Let's pretend this is a house, right? And if our tornado of warm and cold air is spinning around, sometimes they can knock down trees or even damage the walls of a house. So it's important to go somewhere. Let's see. You know how windows are made of glass? If the wind is so powerful that it shatters them, you want to make sure you're staying away from any shattered glass. So that's why they say, hey, stay away from the windows. Now, if it's twirling, twirling, let's pretend this is our tornado. Whoosh, twirling, twirling, and starts knocking down some of the walls on the outside. If you're in the middle, you're very likely to stay safe, because here there's no windows to break and they're so far away from the walls, the bathroom here stays safe. So if there's ever a tornado warning or an emergency, it's important you listen to your grown-up and find a bathroom or a safe place to stay. There's a little fun way to kind of remember the right things to do if you remember the word duck. Duck is spelled D-U-C-K. So first is the D, and you want to head downstairs. So you want to be downstairs close to the ground. U is for under. If you have any cushions so you can stay safe, right? Or if you have a helmet you can bring with you, or duck under a table of some sort, something that'll keep your head safe, right? C is for center of the house. That way you're far away from any of the walls. And K is to keep away from windows. So if you can remember D-U-C-K, downstairs, under something, center of house, and keep away from windows, you'll make sure to stay safe during a tornado warning. Well, thank you! You know what? Let's make a fun little kind of craft to remember those safety rules. All right. Let's draw a little tornado craft to remember all of our tornado rules today. So let's see. First, tornadoes, they look like they're really big. And then they create that rotation going down. Let's write T, or, nay, do, safety. And you can draw this at home, or I'll have this for printout as well. So some things to remember is you want to find a safe spot. And talk to your grown-ups where that is in your house. Next thing, you're gonna wanna listen for sirens or a warning or an alert, and make sure you have a way to get to listen to the TV or radio or phone so you can hear the updates in an emergency. And next thing to remember is gonna be our D-U-C-K. D for downstairs. U is for under something. C for center of house, because you want to stay away from the walls. And K is to keep away from windows. Windows. Let's draw a little window here. We'll say, okay, we want to stay away from glass so we can make sure to stay safe. So here are all the different tornado safety rules you want to remember if there's ever a tornado warning. Sometimes we get a warning for a tornado really far ahead, and it gives us time to prepare, maybe make a safe spot, and pack snacks in there, some cushions. It's important to bring shoes in case any glass does break. That way your feet can stay nice and safe. Maybe water and a flashlight in case power goes out. But sometimes a warning might happen saying, hey, this is an emergency and it's important to get to your safe spot right away. In any emergency, it's super important that you always listen to your grown-up and do as they tell you to do, because they want to make sure to keep you safe, right? So when they say, hey, we got to get to a safe spot, you want to make sure you get there as fast and safe as you can, and wait till they let you know, hey, now it's safe to come out. And it's something that you can play and practice, saying, okay, now we're going to practice to get ready for any warning or emergencies. That way you know what to do. And sometimes we like to play it at home. We'll say, okay, let's pretend there's a warning. What do we need? Hey, let's grab our water. Let's grab our flashlight. Let's bring a book in to make sure we know what to do, so when an emergency does happen, we feel a little more prepared. So it's a really fun game to play at home, and hopefully it never happens, but in case it does, you'll be prepared and not scared. Wow, I learned so much today. Yeah, there really is so much to learn about the different weather, right? About that water as it evaporates and goes up and then rains down on us from the clouds. And what about the different air, right? We have the warm air, the cold air, but when they mix with big winds, ooh, they start twirling around there. It's so interesting to learn. It really is. Make sure if there's ever a warning, like a tornado warning or what, you always listen to your grown-up and stay safe. Oh, you know what? I just got an alert on my phone that the tornado warning has passed and we're safe to come out of the bathroom now. So now we can go and play. Wow, thank you so much for sticking around and learning all of the safety and all about the tornadoes and the different air. Wow, this was so much fun. It really was. This was so much fun. Thank you so much for learning with me and playing with me. We learned all about the different air pressures, how warm and cold air can mix works and form tornadoes, the water cycle, and even safety during a tornado emergency. Thank you so much for learning with me and playing with me. I'm really proud of you. Well, this is the end of this video, but if you're looking for more of our videos, make sure to search for Paisley's Corner with Silly Miss Lily. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hi friends, it's me, Silly Miss Lily, and I'm so excited to play with you today because today we're going to learn all about the bees and how they make honey. What about their dance? Will we learn how they dance? You better believe it. So let's buzz right in. Buzz, 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 buzz. Now we're in a beehive. That's unbelievable. Whoa, there's so many bees. Did you know that in a beehive, different bees have many different jobs? Yeah, I'll show you. These are the drones. They're the male bees in a hive, and they don't do any of the work like gathering nectar or make honey or care for the young, and they don't even have stingers. Most of the jobs are held by the female bees. So, there are nurse bees who take care of the little baby bees. Shh, the baby's sleeping. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Builder bees who build the honeycomb with wax from their bellies. Build, buzz, build, buzz, build, buzz, build, buzz, build, buzz. Guard bees protect the hive entrance. Buzz off, bees only. No nectar, no entrance. Cleaner bees who scrub every little cell. Buzz and clean, buzz and clean, buzz, 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 buzz and clean. Forager bees fly out to find nectar. And of course, there's the queen bee who lays all the little bee eggs so more little bees can hatch. Buzz, buzz, I've laid all these eggs. Buzz, 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 Buzzington. Buzz, 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 buzz. Wow, there are so many different jobs in a beehive. Today we're over at Cedar Hill Honey Farm and we're gonna explore the bees, learn about the honey making. First, let's put on our beekeeper suit to make sure we're staying safe, and we'll find a beekeeper named Jenna to tell us all about her bees and show us around the farm. Come on! Huh? Okay. Oh, and here comes beekeeper Jenna. Let's ask her all the questions about the bee farm and the bees.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
It's so nice to meet you. We're so happy to be here at your farm. Could you tell us about everything you do and how do you help the bees, how you got started?
Yeah, thanks for being here and welcome. I've been doing this for 6 years.
Wow.
And I got started because it was just a good thing to do. We have tons of flowers on the farm and trees out back, peach trees, apple trees. I'm trying to do a blueberry row. So I wanted to welcome the bees here to do their work and help me do my work.
Yay, thank you for doing that. I'd love to learn about the bees because I heard there's the queen bee, the guard bee, the baby bee. So how do they choose their positions? How do they choose their jobs?
So it all goes based on your age. So the first job when you're born is to go clean your room. They clean out the cell that they were born in.
Wow. It's important to clean your room, even as babies.
Yes, that's true. The first thing. And then there are other jobs. You can guard the front door. There's nurse bees, bees that feed the bee bread to the baby bees. That's a job. I don't remember the order, but I know the final job that you would do is go grocery shopping. Those are all the bees that are out and about on flowers to bring back home the nectar and the pollen to everybody else. Those are all the grandmas.
Wow. How do they make that design, that beeswax design?
That's a very intricate design. It says the hexagon, right?
Yeah.
6 sides. That is the strongest way to hold and stack liquid.
Oh.
It's very fascinating. It's a good math equation. But that's the strongest way to hold liquid. So they make it with beeswax. It comes out of glands in their abdomen.
So they produce and create that kind of beeswaxy type, okay.
Yes. It comes out of glands, and then everyone in there is sisters, right? So they take it off of each other, take it off of their sisters, and they yes, and they use their mouths and their front legs to put it into that hexagon shape, and that will be where they have the baby bees hatch from, and it's also where they store their food, the honey.
So how does it all start? So a queen bee says he creates the bees, and then they find a place to start making the beeswax to create that hexagon shapes, and then is that when they start filling it with the honey?
Yes, in the spring, when the flowers come alive, is when they're able to go out and get nectar from the flowers and bring that back and start processing it into honey.
And then what do they do with that pollen? Is that part of the honey?
It goes into the bee bread, and then that's what they'll use to feed the baby bees.
Very cool. Are we able to take a peek inside? Are we?
Sure, yeah, we'll suit up all the rest of the way.
Okay,
and we can do it.
Okay. You know what's kind of interesting is also the shape that the bees use for their beehive, and they use the shape of a hexagon. A hexagon has 6 different sides, and what's so interesting, when they're put together, they fit together so well. There's no space in between them, so no space is actually ever wasted in a beehive. Because if they were, let's say, if they were circles next to one another, right? Little by little, they would waste all of this little space in between. But bees don't waste anything, not even space, and so they design their cells in the shape of a hexagon, so they fit together so well, no space is wasted. They're super hardworking architects or builders, right? Building their little beehive. So how do bees make honey? What a great question, Cotton Socks. When the forager bees go out to find the flowers, they use what's called a proboscis to kind of get that nectar from a flower. A proboscis is almost like a straw. You know when you drink some juice? That's what the bees do. They use their proboscis to drink the nectar from the flower. I'll show you. Let's pour in some juice in this cup. And so what the bees do, they use their proboscis to kind of drink it up. And then they store it in their honey stomach. It's like a backpack for honey called crop. So they drink it up, store it in their little honey stomach. Then when they're back in the hive, they pass that nectar from bee to bee in a process called trophallaxis. And that's when it goes from one bee to another, and each one's kind of adding different enzymes to turn the nectar juice into the honey. So it looks something like this. If this was the nectar on our flower, and this will be one of the cells in the beehive, when one of the bees drinks it up, drinks the nectar, puts it inside in their little honey stomach or the crop. They go back to the hive, share it back and forth between bee to bee to bee, and then when it's ready, they put it in an empty cell in their hive, full of the enzymes, and then they flap their wings all around, thickening it up so it makes into that gooey, kind of syrupy honey. And once it's all the way full, they cap it with the wax. So it's kind of like they're making their own little honey soup, but they use the proboscis to kind of drink up the honey, then carry it over, and then through a process called trophallaxis, they kind of mix the nectar back and forth, adding the enzymes until it's ready for the cell in the hive. And then they cap it with the wax, and it's ready to go. That's what helps them store it for the winter. I'm a little bee. I'm gonna drink my nectar with my proboscis. Delicious nectar.
May I show you how it works with the pollen?
Would you? Yeah, tell me about it.
Yes, so just like this, I'll show you for this one.
Yeah.
I just add a little extra pollen.
So good, yes.
So just like this.
Tell me. Little bee comes over. It's just getting some nectar, huh? But it's also getting pollen on it because it's so fuzzy. Wow. I guess being fuzzy is really helpful.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the smoker. This is the first step of getting ready to check your hives, is to put your suit on and get your smoker ready. The smoke helps make it harder for them to yell that there's danger to each other. So it makes them a little more calm when you're coming.
Okay.
Because it's just not as easy for the smell of danger that they'll put out to reach everybody else.
Oh, so it's a good thing to hide the smell?
This is doing really well today. Yes, and you should smoke yourselves a little bit in case someone stung you the time before.
Because they can smell it from the previous? Wow.
Yep. So you're ready to go check a hive.
Yay! And Jenna, why do we want to wear this suit? Can you tell us the importance and safety of it?
This is so that you don't get a bee sting. They can't fly through this mesh around your face. Bee vision is a little bit different than ours, but they can see your eyes, especially if you have sunglasses on. They can really see your eyes, and so that's where they're going to want to sting you.
Ooh.
And the other sense that is really powerful on a bee is their sense of smell. They can even smell the CO2 in your breath that you exhale.
Wow.
So we want to protect our face because they know that that's where we're most vulnerable.
Wow.
And so that's a good place to make an attack.
Wow, okay.
So the first thing that we're going to do is put some smoke into the front door. There are guard bees inside of there that are, their job is to protect the hive from intruders, and we're about to be an intruder from the top.
Okay.
The hive is kind of a replacement of their natural house, which would be inside of an old dead hollow tree, kind of like on Pooh Bear, right? He sticks his arm down in to get the honey. That is their natural house, is a tree.
Oh, yeah.
So this is kind of a replacement for that. So we're gonna put some smoke at the front door to tell everyone that we come in peace.
Bees, we come in peace.
Here's your hive tool. This is the beekeeper's main tool. And so you're gonna come over here. We try to do everything from the back because they are gonna be flying in and out of here. And so they're not really meaning to sting you. I know I was joking that they would attack your face, but they're really not meaning to sting you. So if they're flying through here, they could hit you on accident just trying to go home.
Are they about to like rush out? Are they about to swarm out? Okay. Look, you can start seeing some of that little, so that came from their glands as well.
That's the propolis from the tree sap. And yeah, there's beeswax mixed into there too, I bet you. Yep.
Wow. Oh, I hear them.
This is the hive tool, so we just pry a
Oh my
frame
gosh.
up. Okay. This is all honey. And this is capped, so it is actually honey. Down here you see this shiny stuff? That's fresh nectar. So that's the nectar they brought home from flowers, and they still are gonna dehydrate it. They flap their wings and dehydrate it to get it to be right to cap on and seal with with wax on top as honey.
Wait, so really quick, they fly out, get the nectar, bring it in, put it in one of the spacing, flap their wings to kind of dry it, mix it, turn it into that honey texture that once it's full, they cap it. Like they're jarring their own honey for the winter, they put a cap on it, that one's filled, they go to the next one.
You got it, Miss Lily, that's right.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you see, that's so cool. Look at that. And they're just busy working.
Bigger bees are the male bees.
And you said those are the drone bees?
Yes. They do not even have a stinger.
And so right now, it looks like they have their tip in. What was the front part called?
Proboscis. They're probably regurgitating the nectar that they brought back.
Okay. And that's kind of what turns it into the mixture?
Yep, adding more nectar to the mixture. Yep.
Wow.
These colored cells are pollen, so this could be bee bread that they're bringing home.
More solid that they use to feed their babies?
And this is a perfect little chunk of pollen that fell off of somebody's leg. See that circle right there?
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, that's giant.
Yep.
So is that like the baskets they have on their back legs?
It is, yep, that's what would be on their legs. That's what it is.
And is any of this not, like, do they go to bee school to learn all of this?
Nope, they know it from day one.
Wow.
Yep, so this is all beautiful nectar that they have brought home.
Oh my gosh, I see the liquidy part. I see it. Good job working so hard, bees. Now, do the bees have same vision as us? Are they able to see all the same things and flowers or colors?
Bees cannot see the color red, so they don't go to red flowers.
So if somebody was trying to get their red flowers pollinated in the garden, probably wouldn't happen with the bees.
Right.
Ask a hummingbird.
Yes.
Okay. They make so much honey. How do they create that cap on top? Is that similar material as that waxy?
Yes, that's wax capping on top.
So then when you go through the process of getting it out,
We scrape this off.
what do the bees
top
say about
surface.
that?
Not very happy.
Okay. How many bees would you say you have in here right now?
Probably 20,000 or so.
How many are usually in a beehive?
It can be, a smaller hive would be 20,000 or 80,000 at the stronger time of the year.
And how long does it take for them to make that honey? Like, what does that process look like from the nectar becoming to the honey ready for the scraping?
So, good question. They bring it home starting in the spring when everything starts to bloom, and then they dehydrate it and cap it. Beekeepers, we usually leave everything in here for these bottom boxes just for them to have, and then we only harvest from the top couple of boxes. But once they get all of those frames on top that are only honey, once they get all of those done, which takes all season long and so many trips to the fields. Oh gosh,
Oh my gosh, they are.
Camera.
We are got bees. It's serious business here. So for them to get that nectar, if they had like a straw, essentially they're flying to the flower, land on it to get a little nectar, suck it up, bring it back, push it back out, then they gotta go make another trip and another trip. And how many trips do you know does it take for them to fill one cap?
I think their whole lifetime can be one tiny little teaspoon. It's their primary focus. They all work together to get all the jobs done.
How far away can a bee travel and return back to its honeycomb if it's looking for the food or flowers? Like up to how many miles?
They usually go 3 miles to 5 miles or so. They're going to try to hit up the local grocery stores first, but they can go up to 8 miles.
Wow.
If they will, especially if there's a really nice patch of something. They're the only bug that will pollinate blueberries, so if there's an awesome blueberry farm, they for sure will travel up to 8 miles for that.
Oh yeah. What's really cool about bees is that they use a little wiggle dance to communicate to other bees to let them know they have found a really great place of flowers or fruit trees for their nectar. And they use a little kind of number 8 shape wiggle dance that they do it in, and there's different things you can learn from the little dance. For example, if the flowers or the nectar source, like the food source, is located upward or north from their beehive, the bumblebee will dance following the direction of the flowers to let the other bees know, hey, if you go, I'll start dancing like this, going up, and then I'll go around, up, wiggle, wiggle, go around, up, saying, hey, I'm doing this dance to let you know that if you follow this direction out of the beehive, you'll find a really yummy flower patch. And so it keeps going in this wiggle dance to let them know, hey, flowers, this direction. Now the wiggle also has important information. So for example, if this wiggle direction is really short, making it a shorter 8, that would mean that the food source is really close by. Now, if this is a really long wiggle dance, and this part's really long, so the bee here in the middle is going wiggle, 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 wiggle for a really long time, that means that the food source is further away. And it keeps dancing in this number 8 wiggle dance. And then the way they wiggle, it also says a lot about the food source. So if they're doing a really kind of small wiggle, it's like, hey, maybe only a little bit of sugar, maybe only like a little bit of nectar available. And if they're really excitingly shaking, wiggling, 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 they're saying, hey, there's a lot of really yummy nectar this way, come follow me. And the direction of the wiggle is also important. So if this was the flower in the front, they would wiggle this way. Now if this was switched and the flower and the nectars was away this way, then the bumblebee would do the dance in this direction, saying, hey, if you follow this direction, you'll find really yummy nectar. Everyone follow me. And it switches because if the beehives here, but the flowers and the nectar source was now here on the side, they would start doing the dance towards that direction to say, hey, follow me everyone, wiggle this way. If we fly out, we'll find really yummy nectar. And they do this little wiggle dance to show everyone, hey, this is the way to go to get some yummy nectar to turn it into honey. Great job dancing, little bees. Buzz, 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 we fly all day, dancing through flowers in our ballet. Dip down low to find the bloom, then up we rise with a zip, zoom, zoom. Twirl to the left, twirl to the right, waggle your tail and keep it light. Bee ballet, we glide with glee, out in the garden, 1, 2, 3. Up on the petals we tiptoe, show the hive which way to go. Wiggle, waggle, it's our way to share sweet nectar each and every day. Twirl to the left, twirl to the right, waggle your tail and keep it light. Bee ballet, we glide with glee, out in the garden, 1, 2, 3. To the left, twirl to the right, waggle your tail, you're doing just fine. Twirl to the left, twirl to the right, waggle your tail and keep it light. Bee ballet, what fun we see, dancing around like bees, you and me. Here's a fun little bee craft you can do at home. If you have yellow and black pipe cleaners, you can wrap them around your finger to make little yellow-black stripes like a little bumblebee. We've got our stripes. You can set it on a little stick. Buzz, buzz, bumblebee. And then with smaller little pipe cleaners, we can give our bumblebees little legs so they can land on cute little flowers. Buzz, buzz, bumblebee. You can also do it similarly with a little pom-pom and wrap your pipe cleaner around it for the stripes. And you know what's great? Bees make really great pollinators. Pollinating is what our fruit trees and vegetables need to give fruit and vegetables. When flowers grow, they get little pollen on them. And for the fruit to grow, the pollen or the fruit tree needs to be pollinated. So let's use glitter as pollen. And you can use this activity at home with sand or flour or glitter. And I'll show you how they pollinate when a bee lands on a flower, because they're so fuzzy. This is why actually bees make what often are called best pollinators, because as they land on the flower to drink the nectar, they get that pollen or glitter on their little legs, and since they're so fuzzy, sometimes they get it all over them on their little coat. And when they go and fly to the next flower, they put some of this new pollen on this other flower, mixing it and pollinating it. You could do it with this little craft too. Buzz, buzz, I'm here to drink some nectar with my proboscis. And then they get some pollen on them as well. They go to the next flower and mix the pollen, pollinating the flower so it's able to give fruit. This is very important for like fruit trees or any fruits or vegetables for them to grow. The bees need to pollinate them. Other pollinators do it too, like butterflies, because they'll get pollen on their wings, or like little hummingbirds or something like that. But any little bug or creature that can help take pollen from one plant and spread it to the next, mixing it will help pollinate, giving us food. So that's why bees are so important. because as they pollinate from one flower to the next, they help us grow our food. Buzz, 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 I want to do some. Whoa, I'm rolling in the pollen. Whee! Yay, bumblebees.
So it goes like this. We have this little craft here.
Tell me about it.
Just get a little extra pollen everywhere.
Sure. So tell me how it works, because I haven't seen.
So it goes like this. I'll use this bee to the small furry. It goes like this.
Little bee lands on the flower, brings pollen everywhere, and back to the hive. So it's
The furry. So the fur makes it stick.
Oh, like the fuzziness of it. That's why they make such good pollinators, I bet. Let's go sprinkle some pollen like we're little bees. You ready? Buzz, 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 buzz. Buzz, 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 buzz. Look at all of these bees. How many baby bees will a queen bee lay?
The queen can make up to 1,000 babies a day.
And how do the bees choose a queen? Or make a queen?
If the bees need a queen, they can feed a fresh egg the right diet and to turn it into a queen if they needed to.
So only those babies who eat that specific food can become a queen bee?
Yes.
Wow. Do they like only a certain temperature?
Yes, they need to be warm in there. In the winter, they're going to be largely all together, kind of shivering in a ball together in the hive for the winter. So this is one of those signals we talked about earlier where they stand up.
He's got his booty up.
Yes, and they're opening up a gland right there in their back. You see that extra wide spot? So there's a scent coming out, and then she's waving her wings to spread that scent out to tell everybody this is the hive and come back right here.
Oh, wow.
Yep, since we took the lid off.
So for their communication, what do they use to communicate, those glands and scents?
Yes, it's mostly through scents. Also through dancing, which is a fun way to talk to a friend. And also through noise, especially the queens make different piping noises at different times.
Can you tell me about the propolis seal?
Yes, they bring it home from its tree sap mixed with beeswax, and that's what they use to seal all of these gaps in their hive. And they would use it in a real tree cavity as well. They would put the propolis inside, lining all of the tree. It's kind of like making your own good spackles on the wall. So it keeps them safe, and it also is a perfect seal on all of these cracks. So it keeps it less drafty. There's circulation within the hive already that they manage, but they want to be able to manage it intentionally and seal the majority of the cracks.
Wow. Bees, thank you for showing us your house and your beautiful honey making skills.
It's quite a relationship that we need to honor. There are some very, very easy ways to honor that as well, including for native bees. You can just leave a stick pile or like leave your leaf pile, rake your leaves maybe all together, but leave them be, for the whole winter. There's all sorts of caterpillars that will make homes in there, little wood bees that will make homes in there. And the very easy tip is to, when you're done with your jar of honey, just set it outside in your flower patch, because when the bees come for the flowers, they'll see that honey, and that's a tremendous, tremendous gift to them to just not instead rinse that down the drain, but give it back, because
it's like giving gold to them.
You really are. You're saving them so much work. Yes, like free Thanksgiving meal times 10 to have be able to lick that jar clean for you.
All right, well, Jenna, thank you so much for all of your time and helping us. This is so cool.
I'm so glad you came.
Yeah, thank you. Here's another fun bee craft you can do at home, and all you need is a little cardboard paper tube that you can paint yellow, and then you can wrap either black yarn or string around it to make the stripes, or you can also use a pipe cleaner if you'd like. Let's see, let's do a little string. And you can add some googly eyes or just draw little eyes on there. Draw little bee eyes. Hello! And then what you can do, those flowers that you can draw, or you can use flowers if you've got some. Let's see, let's secure a little bit of string from one to the other. We'll put one piece of string on one end of the flower. Thread our bumblebee. Come here, little bumblebee. All right, let's secure the other part of the string on the other flower. And you made your own little bee craft where the bee goes from one flower to the next, pollinating it. Go, little bee. Buzz, 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 buzz. Yay! Hello, hello, now I need to go to this flower. Now I need to go to the other flower. And that other flower. Should we have a little paint?
Like this.
Oh, that bee's totally flying from flower to flower. Pollen to pollen. Go, little bee.
Should we paint this flower?
Yeah, let me add a little. Do you have any pollen? Is there a bee that can bring pollen to that flower? Okay, okay. How are we gonna get you, little flower, if you're just dangling, waiting? Here we go. That's gonna be so pollinated. I'm ready to
When it's windy, I like to toss my
throw the pollen in the air. Yeah, so magical. Here's another fun little bee craft you can make and kind of paint your own little honeycomb beehive. Let's see, I'll make it kind of upside down. Let's draw a nice little beehive. Let's see, and then we'll draw some wings. And a couple of stripes. Maybe smiley faces. And you can use some paint. If you get some bubble wrap and put yellow paint on it, you can make your own like honeycomb print. And you know what? First, let's make some bees with a little thumbprint. Hello, bee. Hello, bee. Hello, bee. And do little bees, little finger bees. And then with this, let's spread it all around, all around. Look at that. Let's make a little fun design and see if we can color in our honeycomb. Whoa! That looks so great. Buzz, buzz, buzz. Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. What's going on here? We got, I'll keep it, yeah.
I'm gonna decorate the hive with little glitter.
So cute.
I'm doing it like
That's the most glittery beehive. I love that. Oh my gosh, girl. You want to do the stamp? If you flip it and go stamp, it'll do like that beehive. Yeah, see if you can hold it this way. Yeah, and then go for it.
Stamp! Stamp!
Wow.
Look,
Yeah.
how about that?
That's so fun.
You know, I just play with a little glitter.
Yeah.
Like, so like, what we like,
Pollen transfer.
like close the tops. Like that.
So much pollen. We're like bee pollen collectors, right?
Right.
Totally.
Totally.
Wow, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for playing with me and learning with me. We learned so much about the bees, how they make honey, and even how they communicate, doing little wiggle dances, flapping their wings. Honeybees are so wonderful to learn about. And next time you see a little honeybee, make sure to wave and say, "Hi, honeybee, thanks for the honey." All right, well, this is the end of this video, but if you're looking for more of our videos, make sure to search for Paisley's Corner with Silly Miss Lily, and I'll see you then. Buzz, 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 buzz. Bzz. Hi friends, it's it's me, Silly Miss Lily, and I'm so excited to learn with you today. Today we're over at Mill Creek Farms and we're gonna learn about Scottish Highland cows, and they have these really long hair. Hello, this is Maida. Hi, Maida. Oh my gosh, it's so majestic. Hi, you're just sweet. Hi, Maida. Let's give her some cuddles. Go ahead. Oh,
You're
wow.
such a warm cow.
Yeah, you can kind of like give her a full hug. Oh, do they have rough tongues like other cows?
Yes,
They do.
you'll
Okay.
notice it. We'll have little rough tongues.
Hey, thank you for letting me pet you. Can I brush you a little bit?
Yes, I love being brushed.
Let's grab a little
See, my
brush.
favorite is under my neck, you'll notice.
Okay, hi.
And you're not gonna hurt her, because you gotta remember my skin is actually leather.
Oh, right. Aww. Look at this. Hi, little one.
Oh, that's the spot. Yes, it is.
Hi.
And so we eat our minerals usually in a molasses tub, so that's why I have all that sticky on my neck, because I've been eating minerals.
That's all right. I get sticky too sometimes with sweet stuff. Look at you. Oh, thank you for letting me brush you. Thank you. All right, let's go explore some more. Let's go give her brushes right here. Hi, Maida.
How do you love this, Maida?
Cow, Evie.
Yeah.
Hi, Maida. Ooh.
Here, that's what I'd like to do now. Did I touch you or some food?
Are we able to give a little treat?
Yeah, let me go grab her some treats real quick.
Okay. Hey, you want to give Maida some treats?
Yes.
Yeah? Look, her little eyes are under here. Just look at my cute hair. Hi, Maida. You can give her pets too. Oh, wow.
You're really fluffy, Maida.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. How was that?
She loved it.
Yeah, you want to do it again?
Yeah. Maida, here you go.
I'll take care of all. Thank you. Hi, Maida.
How do you love these?
Oh, you love these, Maida? Aw. Hi. You know what I was learning?
What?
They actually have one stomach, but 4 different compartments in it. So when they eat the grass, it goes into one, they kind of put it back, re-chew it, goes in a second one, then a third one, then a fourth one. Can you believe that? What is it called when it comes back?
Cud is what it's
Cud?
called. It's just chewed up grass.
Oh my gosh, I think that's so fascinating. How do you do that? Hi. You want to go see the baby ones?
Yes.
Yeah, would that be all right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, now we're gonna go sprinkle the feed for the cows.
Oh, you can open the gate. Just lift up on the gate, and you can leave it open.
Oh. Oh my gosh. Should I close this though?
The little babies will come in.
Oh, hello.
Right, yeah.
Oh my gosh, wow, hi. Are you guys hungry? Okay, come here. Hello. Aw, hi little baby. Is this a good amount for them?
So she'll follow you in.
Oh, come here, sweetheart. You come here. Oh, you sweet thing. Look how little you are. Oh, hi, little one. And what's this one's name?
That is Nellie.
This is Nellie.
Nellie, here's you something.
Oh, Nellie, here's a nice bowl for you. Oh, oh, wow. I was reading and learning that they have 2 coats.
Yes, they are like a double coat. So they have, in the summertime, all this long hair is going to shed off and keep them nice and cool in the summer, and in the winter, it kind of fluffs up and keeps them warm.
Wow.
So right now they have on their winter coats. We've started shedding a little, but not much. So this is kind of as fuzzy as you're going to see them.
That's so wild to me. I mean, that's just so beautiful. Oh.
So there's one over there eating in the plate. That is Miss Natalie.
Hi,
She is
Natalie.
actually almost 8 months old. And she was very, very red when she was born. And of course she's lightened up a little bit.
Do they often lose the color or
Yes,
just changes?
They'll change their colors a lot.
Wow. Hi, little one. Now you're both here. Can I pet you both?
They're both
Hi.
super sweet.
Oh, sweet thing. Hi.
You've been
Oh my gosh. And what is the called in the front? Is this like cow bangs? What would you call
cow
it?
bangs, but they're called their docent.
Docent. And is it to help from bugs or
It helps
weather?
from blood. It keeps flies and dirt out of their eyes.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi, Maida. Oh, wow. Wow, look at those horns. Hi.
And that is Nayland, who is our youngest calf right now.
This one, when was Nayland born?
He was born in December.
Oh, goodness, you know.
And I'm just now getting friendly. Look at him lick your camera. He loves it.
Good. Hi. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Oh, look at those horns. So they keep him all their life, right?
All their life. Their horns.
Wow.
And they just keep growing.
Oh, hi. Hi, you're so sweet.
She loves neck scratches too.
Hi.
Scratching her belly.
Hi.
It's that time of year that all of our hair is starting to itch us.
What were the names of all of the cows that we met today?
Maida,
There's Maida,
Natalie,
Natalie.
this is Nellie,
Hi, Nellie.
and we met Peaches and her son, Neelan.
Peaches. Peaches is so big.
And then they just love you.
You take all your time.
They love to smell you. Hi. There she goes. Hi. They do as big as cookies you can, and you kind of just hold them out. They're a little different than a horse. They only have one row of bottom teeth, so they're not going to bite you.
Are you so excited you love cookies? Oh my gosh, you. Hi. Hi. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you for being so sweet. Who's that? Is that Peaches?
That's Peaches.
Wow. Here you go. Oh, thank you for saying hi and eating cookies with me. Was that so young? Oh, you are so wonderful. Does it shed on its own, the fur?
A little bit, but they have to kind of scratch to help it along. It won't just
Interesting.
fall out.
Does it ever get super tangled up like the sheep wool or anything?
Not that tangled. They'll get mats sometimes, but it's pretty rare.
Wow. Do they graze all day?
Yeah, they're
Really?
either eating or chewing food that they already ate earlier.
Oh, wow. How does that work?
So they have compartments in their stomach. So when they eat grass, it'll go to one. Whenever they get done eating, they'll spit it back up and chew it. It'll go to another. They'll spit it back up and chew it, and it'll go to another. And then it's actually.
Wow. That's all inside you? You have a machine inside you. Wow, wow, wow.
So this is Neelan.
Neelan?
He's only bull calf. So he's a little bit bigger, or almost the size of Nellie already, even though he's about half her age.
Wow. You want to come over here and give him one?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to do another one? You're super friendly.
No,
Yeah.
you're okay.
Yeah, ready?
Yum.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sunshine.
Okay. Yummy. How yummy is that?
He's loving it. Oh my goodness. Hello. Thank you.
How do you snuggle with a cow?
What a good question. How do they snuggle? Just giving them kind of hugs?
Yeah, so where these guys are small enough, you can like get right up on them.
Aww. You can kind of give their head a hug if you want to.
Snuggle with a cow.
Sweet girl.
We're walking up, we're walking up, we're walking up. We're walking up, we're walking up, walking up to town. We're walking up, we're walking up, walking up to town. Here we go, walking up to town.
That's beautiful. It just jumped right back into your arm. Here you go, here you go. Scottish Highland cows are so interesting. Here are a few fun facts about them. Scottish cows have fluffy coat for cold weather. Highland cows have a thick, double-layered coat that keeps them warm in the harsh Scottish winters. Their long, shaggy outer coat repels rain, while their soft undercoat provides insulation and warmth. Scottish Highland cows are the oldest registered breed. The Highland cow is one of the oldest registered cattle breeds in the world. The first herd book was established in 1884, making them officially recognized for over a century. Highland cows have a built-in fringe. Their long, shaggy hair, called a Dawson, often covers their eyes, protecting them from harsh weather and insects. They're surprisingly friendly. Despite their rugged appearance and large horns, Highland cows are known for their gentle and friendly nature, making them popular among farmers and tourists. They're efficient grazers. Highland cows are excellent foragers. They can thrive in rough terrain and eat plants that other cattle breeds might ignore, making them great for maintaining natural landscapes. Highland cows also have many different colors. While they're most famous for their reddish-brown coats, Highland cows can also be black, yellow, white, and even silver. Highland cows have a long lifespan. They can live up to 20 years or more, which is longer than many other cattle breeds.
Hey, silly Miss Lily, where does milk come from?
Oh, what a great question, Cotton Socks. Milk often comes from cows. When a cow becomes a mama cow, has a little baby, which is called a calf, they start producing milk for that calf. And then farmers remove the calf, and to keep the milk going, they'll start milking the cow on their udders. Sometimes they have machines to do it, sometimes they do it by hand. So let's do a fun activity where we pretend to be little farmers milking the udders of a cow. All you need is a little glove, and then you can use water and white paint to make it look like milk, and we'll fill it up into the glove and tie it up to make it look like little udders. Then you can poke a hole at the bottom of each, and then we'll milk the udders just like the farmers do. Let's do it together. Come on. Let's see if we can do it together. We'll take a glove, fill it up with our white water carefully. Fill it up, fill it up, fill it up. Nice. All right, now let's tie it up together. Here we go, we filled it all up. And you know what? There's even other animals that produce milk, like goats produce milk for their babies, and often people can buy goat's milk or goat cheese. Sheep as well, and there's wild animals that have milk for their babies, like lions and tigers. Koalas make milk for their babies. Even mama deer make milk for their baby fawns to drink from. And you know what? Even whales and dolphins produce milk for their babies. All right, we've got our udders. Let's see. How about we'll attach it here with a clip that we can hang like it's hanging from our cow. Okay, now we've attached our udders. Hi, cow. I've got a little bowl for us to milk it into. All right, I've got a little needle, so I'll pierce tiny hole. Oh, we've got milk going everywhere. Here we go, little cow. The two of them. Yay, we've got some milk going. Let's milk our cow. We'll gently, gently milk it. Good job, little cow. Yay, look at our milk we're making together. Great job. We're such good farmers. There you go. Don't worry, Naughty, we'll get all your milk.
I'm being switching.
Woo! That's so much milk. Yeah. Let me hold this for you. We need help. Come on, farmer. Oh, wow, we got milk. Whoa, farmer. Moo, thank you. I had so much milk. Oh, wow. Ah, I got spritzed. I got milk spritzed.
That's how we make it mixed with water.
Mm-hmm. Let's do like white paint with water. Got some extra extra grass.
Here.
Oh, thank you. I'll bring that over. Oh, thank you.
You be the delivery person. Of lawn trimmers being friends with a delivery person.
Okay. Hello, I'm a delivery person. Thank
You
you.
deliver this to mail.
Of course.
Carrots and bad hey.
Hi, little one. See this little cow? I guess not little, huh?
You can do it.
Oh, sorry, I dropped a little one. Do you have another one? Thank you. Ready? Hi. Hi. Cow. Can you believe it is? You know, they're so sweet. Who said moo?
That cow. But guess what?
Tell me.
I'd like to give him some snack dogs.
You do? Go ahead.
Oh, a treat. Here. Here, just lift me.
Yeah.
Can I just snuggle you? Give you some pets. Oh, good girl.
This is my baby. These are my babies.
There.
Cow. Oh, Ez. You love that cow. Oh, bud.
You pick me up.
Of course, that's so special. Come here. All right, everybody. Is that also one of the...
Yeah. This here is Gilly. She's Nellie's mom.
Look at those
She's
horses.
just a little over 5 years old.
Ooh, is that wild, buddy? That's a cow.
So would you like to sit down? How do you feel about feeding one?
Oh, you know what? He might be a little too small for feeding, but I'll help him. Eat, cow. Aw, thanks, honey. Cow. Thank you for saying hi to us.
We are on the way to some baby cows. Let's keep on walking to the baby
Yeah,
cows.
let's go see him. Thank you so much.
Oh, wait.
Let's go see this big guy. And then we can make it over to the... Well, wherever. I think we're good. You see this big cow? What was this one's name again?
This is Gilly. This is Nellie's mom right here.
Oh, hi, Gilly. You're the mom. We just said hi to your baby. We gave him yummy snacks. Big cows. Wow. Big horns, buddy. Let's make a cute little Highland cow together. And all you need is a cup, some brown yarn, and then some glue. And you know what? Let's draw a few parts on a piece of paper or a little cardboard. I drew some horns. We'll use this oval for a face. Cute little nose. And I have back legs. Let's draw some front legs as well. And then we'll give it a little hoofs. Yay! And then we'll have two little eyes. You know what? Let's give our cute cow a cute little nose. Maybe this cute little orange color. We'll color it in. Very cute. Let's color in our horns as well. All right, I think we've got all of the parts together. So you know how the Highland cows are so fluffy? We're gonna use yarn and we're gonna need a lot of it. Here's a little trick when you need a lot of yarn and maybe all same length. You can wind it up around something like, well, we'll use this notebook. Wind it up. Whoa, yarn, where'd you go? We've got yarn on the loose. Okay, our yarn's going bananas. We got dancing yarn. Go yarn! And then what we'll do with our yarn is we'll cut it off here. Now we have a whole bunch of yarn strings for a cow, and that's gonna be the little hair all around it. And we're gonna hang it all up on this. This will be the body of our cow. And then we'll attach the legs, so let's do it together. Let's see, we'll need a little bit of glue. I'll squeeze it here, so then we can use our brush. And then brush it onto the cup, making it very sticky, helping the yarn stick to it. So it's gonna be nice, fluffy little cow. And then let's lay our yarn. Ooh, we're gonna have such a fluffy cow. All right, great job. Now while this dries, we can cut out our cow pieces to attach to the cup, and then we can add some yarn there as well. It'll be nice and fluffy. Here's the nose. If you're still practicing your scissor skill, it's important to have your thumb upwards. You can put a little smiley face or a sticker on your thumb. And we cut this way with your thumb always looking up at you, saying hello. Now we can add some more yarn onto our legs. Brush on some glue here. Got a little sticky. Sometimes it can be tricky when it's sticky, so it can be a little hard, but we can do hard things. And you can give your little cow a nice little haircut. So we'll trim around here. Wow, look at this. Now we got to do the same thing with these legs and the face. And we'll attach it here for a cute little cow. Moo. Yay! And then for your fun activity, you can give your little cow a haircut. Oh wow, look at this little cow we made. Moo! It's got all the fur. We attached the legs in the back and some extra fur here. And now you can practice your scissor skill and give your little cow a haircut. Cut. Cut, 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 cut. Yay, little cow. Let's cut a little on this side too. Cut, cut, cut. If you're practicing your scissor skill, you can grab your scissors and cut the grass outside. It's a fun activity. And as you cut, you'll be practicing how to use your scissors. Ooh, thanks for creating me. Woo! Wow, what a great cow. Thank you so much. Ooh, what about all of my hair everywhere, says the cow. Thank you. Yeah, what do you think of it?
When I first saw this cow, I thought it was a real cow.
Did you think so? Was it because it's so furry?
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, real cow? Aww. Hi, Ez. You want to draw? Oh, thank you for my haircut. Ooh. Thank you. As you get the pencils?
How long are those?
That's super long. I need a trim. Nice job. How's it going with your pencils? taking all the pencils out? Well. It's like a cow salon, right? The groomer is so good. That's such a good joke, Paisley. Wow, wow. The groomers. How did her appointment go?
Great.
Really? Was she a good cow?
She really was. She was staying still.
Oh, good job, little cow. Moo.
Oh, and some spits down here.
Oh, thank you for cleaning it up. This is the best cow salon.
Mostly my bathroom.
Something else that's really cool about cows is that they have one stomach, but they have 4 different parts in it, like 4 different compartments. And the cow's tummy is like a big food factory and each of the different parts help the cow digest their food. The first big part is called the rumen. That's the first room that the food goes into. So as the cow chews up the grass, all of it goes into the rumen, and along with bacteria that helps it digest the food, turning it into the smaller pieces called cud. So the first rumen is like a large storage tank, and the cows eat grass and hay and store it in there, and they help break it down. And here's where the cow kind of chews it up. It burps it back up, chews it back up again, burps it back up, chews it back down again, and it can do that up to 60 times a day, breaking the food down into smaller and smaller pieces called cud. Then as the food gets chewed up, it goes into the second compartment, the second room, which is called reticulum. So the cow just keeps going, burping it up, chewing it back down, burping it up, chewing it back down, creating it into smaller and smaller pieces in those first 2 compartments. The third compartment is called a masum, and it's like a water filter where it helps the cow squeeze all the water out of the food. Then after the third room, it goes into the 4th compartment called the abomasum, and that is like our stomach that we have, which helps the cow break down the food completely and fully so it can fully digest it and turn it into the energy for the cow. And so cows have one stomach, but 4 different parts or 4 different compartments that go through the cow, turning the food from big, large pieces of hay and grass into burping them out into chunks, calling cud. And as the breaking down, making them smaller and smaller and smaller, cow's food first goes through rumen, then reticulum, then omasum, and then abomasum, helping them chew their food into small little pieces and digest it well, turning it into energy. Look at this. Ez, can you believe that?
Why the wheel?
Oh, what? Pepe, come here. Check this wheel out. What? Is that taller than you? Oh my gosh.
You're so tall.
Is it so exciting to see you? I'm so happy. You like them? You want to see it again? Ooh. Okay, check this out. Is where the engine is? Is it just engine and a seat?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow. Hey, let's build a car.
And some wheels, of course.
And some wheels.
Steering wheel. I guess.
Wow, this was so much fun. Thank you so much for playing with me and spending your time with me. I'm really proud of you. Well, this is the end of this video, but if you're looking for more of our videos, make sure to search for Paisley's Corner with Silly Miss Lily. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Moo-moo.